Up again, everyone, and welcome back to the Damsel in Success podcast. I'm so excited to have you back here with me today. Today we're going to be talking about the Enneagram personality test. It's a really cool test. I'm going to give you guys a link to that test on in the description here. It's totally free for you to take. And for those of y'all that are not familiar with Enneagram, there's a video on there as well that kind of explains it, goes over the different types, things like that. So there's types 1 through 9. And each one, of course, is different. It'll give you little explanations on the types and things like that. And just little tips about taking the test. So take the test whenever you are maybe like not super, super excited, but definitely not whenever you're like super depressed or anything. Just take it whenever you're pretty chill, whenever you're pretty calm, pretty even. And that way you can get some honest answers behind this. And just answer honestly. You don't have to share with anybody what your results are. If you'd like to share them, I would love to hear them. But please don't think that you're doing this to try to like impress anybody or anything like that. I mean, it takes all types to make the world go round. So don't think that your type is lesser or whatever of anybody else. Okay. So I wanted to share with you guys the types that I got. So I got type 1, type 7, and type 3. And whenever you take this test, it's going to give you the 3 that you most resonate with. And then after that, you can kind of read through them and pick which one that you think that you are, that you're most connected with or what describes you the best. So a type 1 on here says type 1s are principled, disciplined, perfectionistic. Is that a word? I guess it is. And have high integrity, but they can sometimes be rigid, inflexible, and judgmental. Type 7s are adventurous, high energy, resilient, and enthusiastic, but sometimes they use fun to escape difficult feelings. Okay. And then type 3. So type 3s are confident, focused, polished, and energetic, but they can sometimes be too concerned with looking successful. So I can definitely feel some connection with each one of these types here. The type 1, I definitely, I'd feel like that I could be a little bit of a perfectionist sometimes. Don't really feel like I'm super inflexible. I'm pretty flexible for the most part. Type 7, so adventurous, high energy, resilient. Okay, enthusiastic. Yeah, got it. And then sometimes they use fun to escape difficult feelings. Definitely relate to that one. That's I tend to make, I don't know if it's the trauma or what, but I tend to make jokes out of things that maybe shouldn't be joked about. Sorry. And then type 3, so 3s are confident, focused, polished, and energetic, sure, but they can sometimes be too concerned with looking successful. And I can kind of relate to that one too. I think it's not really so much looking successful as much as I really feel the need to not really be accepted, I guess. I don't know. That one's tough. We'll come back to that one. But overall, I think that I feel most connected to the type 7. So, and why I say that is that it's the adventurous, high energy, resilient, enthusiastic personality, which definitely got that. And then sometimes use the fun to escape difficult feelings. So I absolutely do that. It seems like whenever I have to face maybe a difficult conversation or a difficult interaction or maybe, dealing with any anger or hurt or anything like that, I've found it very, very difficult at times to just deal with it, whereas I just want to push it away and not deal with it, and that's just not healthy. I don't know if any of the rest of you guys, may struggle with things like that. And, but I think it takes us being intentional with our feelings and being logical and trying to figure out, okay, why am I feeling this way? I need to deal with it. I need to, figure out the problem, figure out how that I can deal with this in a healthy way and not make a joke about it and, let it go. Just let it go. But, whenever you constantly joke about stuff like that and you get other people laughing about it and, sometimes that's not always the most effective way to deal with things like that. So if you guys struggle with kind of the same thing, just keep that in mind. Maybe next time that you're going through something, just stop and think about it. Really just be present in that moment. Okay, what exactly am I feeling? And call them out. I feel angry that this happened. and I feel hurt that this happened, and this is why I feel hurt, and this is why I feel angry, and identify those feelings. It's okay to have negative feelings. I know I'm all the time preaching about positivity. It is okay. Those negative feelings are natural, and they're going to happen, and they have to be dealt with. It's how that you deal with those negative feelings, and just knowing that once you deal with them, whenever you deal with it, whether they're in yourself or if it's and maybe a difficult conversation that you have to have with somebody, just know that you are doing that because that you care, and that there is always a silver lining, that there's a positive outcome if it's handled the right way. So if we're intentional, if we give grace, if we are compassionate, not just with others, but with ourselves. I mean, we have to step back and stop being so hard on ourselves as well. And that way we can, realize that it's okay to not always be okay. And it's okay to be angry, and it's okay to be hurt. What's not okay is trying to push those feelings away and act like that they don't happen, or even worse, try to down ourselves all the time because we may have those negative feelings sometimes. So, like I've told you guys a million times, we are emotional beings. We're not necessarily logical beings, and it takes a conscious effort to switch our minds whenever we are in an emotional state like that, to think, okay, why am I feeling this way, and what can I do to fix it? What can I do to rectify the situation? And if you stop and you think about it and you're intentional in those moments, I promise you will deal with them so much easier, and you will get to that silver lining, that positive aspect of it. So, and don't beat yourself up about it. It takes some practice. Lord knows I'm still practicing on it. It does take some time. It takes that conscious effort, and it takes practice. But you could do it because you're awesome, and I believe in you. So, again, guys, I've got the link posted to the Enneagram test in the description here. If you'd like, go ahead and share your answers with me and give me your feedback. Let me know what you think, what you like about it, what you don't like about it. And if you need to DM me, if you want to talk about it in private, that's totally fine too. You're always welcome. I'm always here, okay? So you guys have an awesome, awesome Monday night, and I will talk to you again soon.